I'm Andy Scarpelli. I'm a molecular biologist at Northwestern. Most of my time in the lab is spent designing and building my own experiments. So coming up with questions that I think are relevant to what I'm looking at, and then figuring out ways to solve those questions and come up with empirical ways to show that the results that I wanted are the things that I'm getting. I look at how information gets spread from one bug that you could catch on the street of bacteria to another bug. And some of the things that get spread that are really interesting are antibiotic resistances or the ability to colonize new areas. So if a bacteria lives in your mouth, sometimes it'll affect your gut and then all of a sudden you'll have a stomachache. So I look at how information goes from one bacteria that might be floating around on the floor to how that bacteria will end up in your gut or in your mouth or on your skin. So I think it's just one of those things that because we come in contact with bacteria so often, knowing how information goes between one to the other, since they don't talk like us, it's an interesting thing that will affect everyone's life at some point. In high school, to me, science was one more course that I had to get through. I was a nerd and I really enjoyed just getting through something going, I did this well. But it was something that was still distant. It was, you took a chemistry course and you had to memorize parts of the periodic table or what they did, and then you could just chuck that aside and you can move on. If you are a high school student who is interested in science, I would say that there are so many different ways that you can live out your life as a scientist. There are so many different opportunities. You can go into something very artistic. You can be a sculptor or a ceramicist and still have to worry about what are the compounds I'm dealing with in my pottery, in my glazes, in my art. And at the same time, you can also think about science as something that's a very concrete job. You can say, I would like to do something very big, like work on fighting cancer or combating global climate change. And you can do that through just having an open mind of what science is and what it can entail.